Okay guys, this is the extra practice, the last homework I gave you. Before you do anything else, check out the answers. This is for extra practice page 25, 11 through 17 odd. So for number 11 you had 1 to 4. For every one triangle there are 4 rectangles. Number 13, for every one puppy there are 3 kittens available for adoption. Number 15, 2 to 7. 2 out of every 7 food items donated were cans of fruits. And finally number 17, 1 out of 3 or 1 to 3. So for every one student that has a cell phone, 3 don't. Don't worry, I'll explain when we get to that one. That was a little difficult, but we'll get there. All right, let's get to it. Number 11. Read the directions first. The directions say, write each ratio as a fraction in simplest form, then explain the meaning. All right, we're looking for triangles to rectangles. Should both be plural. All right, triangles to rectangles. This is a part-to-part ratio. We're looking at the relationship between the two of them, comparing quantities, but also looking at the relationship. All right, yes, the answer was there, so what? But that's not the point. 2 triangles and how many rectangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 to 8. Now at this point, you guys should be masters at this. You find the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 2. The answer is 1, 4. 1 to 4. Okay? Okay, just a quick reminder. What just happened? For every 2 triangles, there are 8 rectangles. We have one big group of 2, one big group of 8. The GCF being 2 means I have to break this up into 2 groups. 2 broken up into 2 groups is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Each group has 1. 8 broken up into 2 groups is 4 in each group, 4 per group, right? And of course, it's a part to part, so you gotta write the pattern. I'm thinking golf. For every there are all right. For every one triangle, there are 4 rectangles. Remember that pattern for part to part. For every, there are. For every, there are. Part to part. Okay? Number... I said it was number 1. It's really 11. Number 13. Alright, soccer balls to footballs. Football. Okay, let's do the easy part, which is just counting. Soccer balls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many footballs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 6 to 10. Can we make these groups smaller? Instead of one big group of 6 and one big group of 10, can we make smaller groups? Again, find the GCF. Okay, just for old time's sake, the numbers are small. Let's do it this way. 1 times 6, 2 times 3, 1 times 10, 2 times... You know, ever had that feeling where your mind is just going so fast? I already anticipated the 2, but anyways, slow down. Good advice for me and for you. Slow down. There's no race. All right, let's find the greatest common factor. They both share a 1. They both share a 2. And that's as far as it goes. So, do you realize what I just did? I just caught my mistake again. I just gave you a gift. I just showed you number 12. So here's a hint. For my mistake, you get a bonus. I will put this problem on the quiz, so if you were paying attention and you looked at the lecture, you know what's coming. You got at least 1 right. All right, let's go to 13, the real problem you had to do. Again, if you're watching the video, you just got a bonus point, extra credit. You just got to remember what we did here. It'll be the same problem. I won't change a word. Okay? So here we go. 13. An animal shelter has 36 kittens and 12 puppies available for adoption. What is the ratio of puppies to kittens? Okay. Puppies to kittens. All right, this is a part-to-part ratio. By the way, this is also a part-to-part ratio. And I forgot to write the sentence that goes with it. The pattern. For every 3 soccer balls, there are, you thought I was going to make the sound, huh? There are 5 footballs. Boom. Okay. Now back to 13. Part to part. Puppies. And again, make sure you put the right number in the right place. There are 12 puppies. So it goes on top. Because that's how we want the ratio. And 36 kittens. If you end up putting 36 on top and 12 on the bottom, I'm going to mark it wrong. I'm sorry. But that's the way ratios work. If they want it a certain way, you have to go with what they ask you for, okay? All right. We have to look for the GCF of 12 and 36. Numbers are a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and do the prime factorization on the side because we're looking for the GCF. By the way, do you have to? No. I mean, they're both even numbers. You can divide by 2. Sure. That leaves you with 6, right? 12 broken up into 2 groups. Groups of 6. This broken up into groups of 2. Sorry, into 2 groups is 18. But now we have this. Both even numbers. I can divide by 2 again. 3/9. I can break it up by 3. They both have a common factor of 3. 1/3. Ugh. If you want to avoid that, you could do this. There is nothing wrong with just breaking it by what you know. It doesn't always have to be the GCF if you don't know it and don't want to look for it. But I'm going to do it anyways just so I can show you that it's not so bad. 2 times 6, 2 times 3. 6 times 6, 2 times 3. I'm going kind of fast because this is something you should know anyways. Right? We've done this enough times. You were quizzed on it. A lot of you did fairly well. All right, let me make one of these numbers darker because it's hard to see. This is actually A2. There. Easier to see. 12. 2 times 2 times 3. 36. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 2 2s, 2 2s, 1 3. Let me see if I can make it a little better. 2 2s, 2 3s. Now we're looking for common factors, what they share. Two times 2 times 3. That's 4 times 3. It's 12. Okay, let me just show you real fast. By the way, if you knew that it was 12 automatically because you know your times tables, do you have to do all this? No. Use your times tables if you know them. And if you don't know them, this is what I mean. If you memorize them, it does make the math easier. Look at this. Look at this. Look. 12 divided by 12, 1. 36 divided by 12, 3. Easy peasy. Now, of course, you need to write the sentence. For every 1 puppy. Blech. Okay, that was off. The timing was off. Shame on me. There are 3 kittens. And there it is. That's 13. All right. On to 15. Can't see it. I know. There you go. Okay, on the first day of the food drive, Mrs. Teasley's class brought in 6 cans of fruit, 4 cans of beans, 7 boxes of noodles, and 4 cans of soup. Find the ratios of cans of fruit to the total number of food items collected. Oh, dear Lord. Sorry. Don't mean to be a blaspheme there. Just, sorry. All right. Look at this. Just showing you the math problem. That's a lot of words. But here we go. All right. So we're looking for fruit cans. Cans of fruit. Fruit cans, why not? To total cans of food. Yeah. Total cans. And again, you write it however it works for you, but in the end, just be aware of what you're doing. All right. This is a part to whole scenario. Okay. Now, you know when you see the word whole, you got to add everything up. Total, also you got to add up. So we have 4 cans of, hold on. We have 6 fruits, 4 beans. Again, these are cans of. But you don't have to write, a story here. Just, you're basically taking notes. 7 boxes of noodles. 7 boxes. Well, maybe I should change that to food, but I will leave it there. No, let's be proper. Why be lazy? Total food items. There you go. Why be lazy? 7 boxes of noodles. Wavy noodles. Because I don't have space to write the word. And 4 cans of soup. 4 soups. Alright, total means we have to add. Okay, bear with me here. I'm going to show you something. It's called the chicken scratch method. 6 plus 4 is 10, right? 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 4, 18, 19, 20, 21. Well, I didn't do the chicken scratch thing. It wasn't really necessary. But there you go, 21. 6 plus 4 is 10, right? 17 plus 4, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so 6 cans of fruit, 21 total food items. Part to whole. All right. I was going to ask the question, but find the GCF, but you know what? If you know your times tables, like I said before, you know it's going to be 3. You can break up 6, one big group of 6, into 3 little groups. All right. What? You want me to show you how I did this? Fine. Here's the work. How did I know it was 3? Well, 1, because I know my times tables, but let me show you anyways. 1 times 6, 2 times 3. 1 times 21, 3 times 7. What is the GCF? 1, 1, 3, 3. Look at that. GCF is 3. So instead of one big group of 6, you can make 3 little groups of 2. Instead of one big group of 21, you can make 3 groups of 7. Okay. Right? And now it's time for that pattern that we talked about, because you need to write a sentence. You have to explain its meaning. Again, when I give you the quiz and I ask explain its meaning, I basically am saying write a sentence. A complete sentence using the clues. Now, I've been giving you the pattern all along, and you can use your notes during the quiz. Part to whole, it is the out of pattern. And if you can see it, there it is. So, something out of something, something are or is. Remember, this is a noun. This is the noun. If you really remember what I said, part to whole, right? Hold apart. Bear with me here. 2 out of 7 food items are fruit cans. And that's it. Out of, part to whole, whole to part. You know what? Why not write it down? Let's make it magical. Part to whole, whole to part. See the pattern? It's all about patterns, people. One more, then we'll be done. Now, this is going to be a little harder, so take a deep breath. And let's see what we understand. Deborah found that 6 of the 24 students in her class own a cell phone. What is the ratio of students that own a cell phone to students that do not? Explain your reasoning to a classmate. All right. Again, we're talking about some girl named Deborah. And again, I apologize for doing this. Not all girls wear dresses, but it's just how I grew up. That's how they taught me. I know that's a little bit out of date. If you don't feel comfortable drawing that, you can just draw a little stick figure saying, hey man, let's just do a stick figure. Whatever makes you happy. If you want to draw a happy face for Deborah, whatever. The point is we're talking about Deborah. And Deborah did a study of students to figure out who has a cell phone. She found that 6 students have a cell phone. Am I reading this correctly? 6 of the 24 students in her class own a cell phone. Right? That's 6 students. But the total is 24, right? Remember the pattern? 6 out of 24? So that tells me the total is 24. Now, hold on. Let me just shade these in. Because we really are talking about 2 groups, right? Ratio so far, every ratio we've been talking about is 2 groups. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12 students. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24 students. And these guys do not have a cell phone. And let's identify them. No cell phone. Are you with me so far? It says 6 out of the 24, 6 out of the total have a cell phone. Now, it says here, what is the ratio of students that own a cell phone to students that do not? Okay. We're talking about 2 groups, right? So let's do cell phone people. No cell phone people. Hang with me here. Hang with me. You can get this. And if you notice, I am making a drawing. My drawings are very simple circles. No biggie. All of you can do that. Okay. Now, how many have a cell phone? Now, by the way, if I make a mistake, I'll tell you point blank. 6 have a cell phone. Yes? Well, how many don't have a cell phone? You have 2 things you can do here. You can count the pink dots. 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Or, it's a little harder, because you have to subtract. 24 students minus 6 that have a cell phone gives you 18. Either way works. Now we have something to work with. Okay? Now, where some of you are going to mess this up, and I don't mean that in a negative way, you're barely learning, so let me give you some pitfalls here. You might have done 6 to 24, because you might have thought, oh, it's looking for a total. 6 to 24. Yeah. No. This is what I'm saying. You got to be careful. Take your time. Read it carefully. Okay, let me show you. I know it's kind of hard to do this, but here we go. And yes, the answer is there, so what? All right, Deborah found that 6 of the 24 students in her class own a cell phone. What is the ratio of students that own a cell phone to students that do not? It's a part-to-part issue. Part to part, not part to whole. Not part to whole, part to part. Sounds like I'm barking. Part. Okay, part to part. We have one big group of 6, one big group of 18. We have to make these groups smaller. Can we make this? And some of you might even might see it by the picture. Hint, 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 hint. Sometimes when you make pictures, you can see the answers a little bit better, a little bit quicker than if you don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shh. All right, 6 to 18. What's the GCF? Some of you might already have guessed it's 6. right? And if we break 6 into 6 groups, that means each group is going to have 1. And don't forget also, this is if you go backwards. If you don't like division, you're like 6 divided by 6. I don't get that. Then go backwards. 6 times what gives you this? 6 times what gives you this? 6 times what gives you this, okay? So, try that again. 6 times what number gives you 18? How many groups of 6 do you need to get 18? Or if you have 6 groups, how much does that have to be in each group to get 18? 3. So there's your answer. For every 1 student, right, that has a cell phone, 3 don't. Yeah? You know I'm going to do the pattern thing. You know it. Part to part. For every blank, doodle-doo, I think it's something different. There are, guys, if I'm being weird, I'm trying to make this fun for myself because I just like it. Why not? All right. So for every one person with phone, there are 3 who don't have a phone. Or you can say 3 with no phone, whatever it takes, but you get the idea, who don't have one. And that's it for extra practice. Thank you for hanging with me this long. I hope that helped.